Nearly 24 hours after fire engulfed a section of the Great Nigeria Insurance House, the inferno is still on in a section of the building that collapsed. The governor of Lagos State, Babajide Sanwo-Olu, says no casualty have been recorded while calling for calm. Government officials are ensuring the safety of people around the building, which has been declared unsafe. Several other buildings have been affected by the inferno, and shop owners around the building are packing their goods to safety. The incident has raised concerns about the viability and strength of buildings within the Lagos Island area. Recall that this fire, which reportedly broke out about 4:40 p.m., engulfed part of the multi-story plaza in Lagos Island. And our senior reporter Theophilus Elamar joins me on the news to give us an update on this fire, which has been on since yesterday. Theophilus, thank you for joining us. Over 24 hours now, the fire is still on. Paint us a picture of what has been going on since yesterday, especially evacuation efforts.
Well, Lamide, the situation, the firefighters, emergency responders are still battling the fire. Like you can see behind me, the building has been given signs that it will collapse soon. The Great Nigeria building has been giving signs that it will collapse, giving us several signs, of course, bringing some particles out here and there and some roaring sound, but it hasn't collapsed yet, and there's an anticipation that it will collapse quite soon, but we cannot state the timing of its collapse. Firefighters are still doing a lot to ensure that this fire goes up because affected other buildings. I spoke with the fire service, the Federal Fire Service, minutes ago, and he mentioned that the fire affected about 6 buildings within the area, and so, like you can see, it affected one, and it's threatening to affect this other one as well. So there's a lot that's going on here. Emergency responders are doing what they have to do. The police also are trying to cordon the area because they're having a hard time. You know how Nigerians can be, trying to see firsthand what the situation is, and so they're also trying to ensure that nobody is in harm's way. And the several buildings that you are seeing around, everybody's trying to remove the goods that they have. Many of the shop owners are removing their goods, evacuating a lot of their goods, so that if they have to demolish the whole buildings from around here, it won't affect the goods. Of course, goods that have been burnt in this inferno, we can say it goes up to billions of naira, because there's quite a lot that was in there, as we're told. Yet the cause of the fire has not been certain according to official sources. But from the people around, we hear that the fire was caused by a generating set, as someone tried to switch on the generating set, and it caused a spark that caused the fire that lit the building and the adjoining buildings here. So, Olamide, that's the situation here. The firefighters, like you can see, are doing all they can to put out that particular fire because it's been raging. And from what we have seen, there's not been enough water. Sometimes they go out to get more water to come and put the fire out, but it's not been enough. And so they've been doing all they can to do their best to ensure that this fire does not expand to other areas.
Theophilus, it's great that no casualty was recorded, according to the statement by the governor. But you have been covering fire incidences like this, especially in major parts of Lagos Island. Are you seeing a pattern from this, pointing at a reoccurrence?
Well, Lamide, like you have said, we've been covering fire disasters, and the times I have covered fire disasters, the number of times, if I can count up to 10 times, I can count about 8 on this Lagos Island axis. We've been having we've covered back-to-back fires on this Lagos Island axis, and it's been consistent, despite every effort by the government to ensure that the fire does not. For instance, if you go into some of these buildings, you will see some fire hydrants. But the question is, are they working, or are they accessible to be used by the fire service in case of emergency? Another question is, are the people trained to use these fire hydrants when there's a fire incident? Many of these buildings are supposed to have fire extinguishers, but with my experience covering fire disasters in this Lagos Island, many of the buildings do not invest in fire extinguishers, do not invest in fire alarms, and that's what causes a lot of these situations. Many of them do not have fireballs, so that once the fire happens at night, the fireballs activate and it quenches the fire. So with my experience covering the The fire disasters have been happening on this Lagos Island axis every time. And once this is gone out, this building might not stand a test of time, because from investigation and from what we know, this has failed integrity tests. And so that's why once it collapses, according to the law, the government takes over that land, and no one can build there.
Theophilus, have you been able to speak with the traders, those who experienced losses in this incident? It's the Christmas season, and it's sad that they have to go through this.
Well, some of the traders we spoke with, yes, they are not happy at the losses, and one would expect that they should have insurance, but many of them do not take insurance seriously. And so those that do not have insurance will have to count their losses and move on, while others will have to head to the insurance companies to be able to get some of their dividends from the insurance firms and to start up their life. But many of them are not happy with the situation. Obviously, it's December, it's Christmas. It happened on Christmas Eve. No one expected this to happen, but it has happened. And so we hope that it's a major lesson for many other traders around here.
All right. Thank you for joining us at this time. That's our senior reporter live for us in Lagos Island.